Hi students, welcome to fourth semester. In this semester, one of the subject is object-oriented concepts with the subject code of 18 CS 45. In this video, we are going to see about the first topic in first model. Let us see the topics first. Before that, we can see the syllabus of first model. The title of the first model is Introduction to Object-Oriented Concepts. The very first title is Review of Structure. So structures and all we have studied in C programming. So before going to see about the OOPS concepts, first we have to verify, have the review about the structures. That is the first title in the first model. The second title is, second concept is Procedure Oriented Programming System, that is called as POP. After reviewing and after having the quick review of structures and POP, then we are starting Object-Oriented Programming System, that is nothing but OOPS. Simply it is called as OOPS. Then the comparisons with the OOPS language with C is included in this model. Then with respect to the comparisons, console input and output operations, and then variables and reference variables which are included in OOPS language also will be discussed. Function prototyping, function overloading is another one important concepts in OOPS that is also discussed in this first model. Then these are all the theoretical concepts. Then the second half of the first model will be started with a basic concept of what is meant by class and object. That corresponding introductions and definitions will be given. Then how we can define the one member function and how the data will be defined in the object-oriented concepts will be discussed in the second half of first model, right? I hope so it is understandable for everyone. Let us see the first, before going to see, first we see the textbook of this subject. The first textbook is Sarao Sahai with the title of Object-Oriented Programming with C++, second edition, Oxford University Press 2006. This will cover your entire first model. Then from remaining second model to fifth model will be covered by the second textbook with the name of Java, the complete reference, with the author of Herbert Sill, 7th edition, Tata McGraw Hill 2007. So these two are the important textbooks given by the university. I hope so it is understanding. Then first let us see the first title of in the first model. The first model is a review of structures. In this we are going to cover the three important topics: the need of your structure, creation of your new data types using structures in application programs, right? As we know that, as we have studied in the previous semesters itself, a structure is nothing but a user-defined data type, and it is a collection of variables of different data types under a single name. So this is the first and foremost definition of a structure. A structure is a collection of variables of different data types under a single name, and it is one of the programming construct in C that will allows us to put together variables that should be defined together. So here in the down you can able to see the structure name and member of the structure, how this is declared in one C language. So it starts with the keyword struct. The following is the structure name, and if you when you open the curly braces, remaining and all the members of your structure, these members can be of different data types. So before going to declare the data types members, it should be mentioned with its data type: member variable 1, data type member variable 2, data type member variable 3, like that n number of member variables can be declared inside the structure. So I hope so these are all you have studied in the previous semester. Fine. So this is what we will declare one structure in C. What is the use of structure? Means I will explain you with one example. Say for example, one next day is one of the function concepts. To process the next day function without the help of structure, initially what we will do, we will declare the individual variables for describing one date, dmy. So this will be declared as integer. Int dmy are the three integer for representing dates. So what happens when you call the next day function, individually the pointers will be passed as a one member, passing argument for the function next day. So when we call that function, what will happen? We will address the individual members as ampersand of D, ampersand of M, ampersand of Y. So this is what will be programmed before the introduction of structure. So if we have one structure variable, that will group all the necessary variables in one unit, one structure, means we can make use of that structure by using one single variable. So that is what it is done in the structure. You can able to see. So in the previous one, without the introduction of structure, what we have to do? Next day, integer, individually we should pass 3 arguments for this. But with the help of structure, what we can do? Struct date. Date is nothing but one structure name. Then int d comma m comma y is the necessary 3 integers are declared here. So with the help of d1.d, d1.m, d1.y, we can make use of all 3 integers in a single name. So that is what structure is a more powerful tool in the C programming. Then when we are printing also, we can make use of the same structure variable for representing each member of one structure. So that is what given here. Print of next day is equal to %d. Here it's nothing but we are displaying a date, month and year of one structure variable date. Right? It reduces the complexity also. That's what structure is called as a powerful tool in C language. Then how we can create a new data types in structure means, if you want to create a new structure data type in structure, first you write the one header file. Here it is named as date.h. So in the date.h, what we can do? We can create one structure with the keyword of struct date. The same 3 integers are declared. Then whatever the functions we need to process with the structure also can be declared. Then we can close this end of date.h. So once the data.h is created and successfully compiled, then in the application programming we can include the data.h. So here the data.h is included and the respective definitions of next day and get system date, these 2 member functions also called in the application program called as date.c. Right? So I will show in step by step how to use one structure in application programming. First step is, first we have to create one header file. That header file with the respective necessary structures and functions. So in the first step, hash include header file is included void main with the date of users. Then declare the variable of new data types in the structure. So next is whatever the function we want to use, that member variable should be declared. Third one is we can make use of that structure members by using the member variable called as d. So d.d is nothing but 28. We can initialize also. d.m equal to 2, d.y equal to 99. When we use the function next day of ampersand d, it will calculate the next day of this respective input. Then when we are compiling the source code, we will get one object file. When on the step 5 is nothing but we can link the object file with the help of library provider, library programs. So that is what we can make use of this structure. Right? I hope so this is understandable. I will catch you in the next topic with the next video. Thank you so much.